I went to pants my friend, who, keep in mind, was about 350 pounds, but I accidentally grabbed both his shorts and his boxers. Oh. My friend freaked out and quickly jumped onto an air mattress, but for some reason, the kid sitting on the air mattress stuck out his foot, and his big toe entered my friend's butt as he fell. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Youth Group Chronicles. This is a huge milestone for the podcast. This is episode 50.
Whoa!
I know. I didn't know if you knew that.
Whoa!
This is episode 50. I think that's one of the biggest milestones to date. I mean, every week is a milestone, but 50 episodes. Come on.
Yeah, congratulations,
So
Sam.
I'm pretty
50.
excited about it. Thank you all for listening to the show. We're old, man.
We're old, man.
We've been at this for years, right?
Years.
50 weeks in a row.
50 weeks.
Joining me in the studio today, I have Isaiah Smallwood.
What's up, guys?
And for the first time in the studio, Mackenzie Coe.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, it is Smolin. I think your last name in my phone is probably still Coe.
It is in
along
everybody's
with
phone.
a lot
That's
of
so
women from our church.
Not mine.
Not yours? You
Nope.
changed it? I just forget. If you're listening to the show for the first time,
Say a spiritual
and
one.
let's say that one of these stories reminds you of something that happened in your youth ministry, you can email us at ygchronicles@gmail.com. We'll start this off with some email submissions here.
YG.
This is from Ryan P. Ryan said, once during a youth group Bible study, one of my high school boys sneezed, and out came this nasty string of slime out of his nose. He quickly proceeded to cover his face and then looked around to see if anyone was watching, which I was. But instead of getting up and asking for a tissue, he grabbed the slime and proceeded to clean his hand on the inside of his pocket to dispose of said slime. It took every ounce of me not to start gagging right then and there, and since then, I now carry hand sanitizer with me everywhere I go because kids can be absolutely nasty.
No one understands how nasty kids are until they've been in youth ministry. That's just a fact.
That one almost made me gag when I read that the first time.
It's nastier than being a parent, youth ministry. I can say
Yeah,
that now.
because it's not your kid being snotty. It's like
No.
a 16-year-old.
That's disgusting.
That's just gross.
Did he rub it up and down in his pocket? Just mad frozen,
trying to get it off. He sneezed, looked around to see if anyone saw, and then just went, and then wiped it on his.
No one taught him to go to the bathroom.
How did you know how to do it so well?
I've read the story a couple times.
Yeah, okay. Sam used to do that.
No.
Sam
I've
was
seen
that
it.
guy.
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Fun fact, I also
mean-
sent in that story.
You
with
sent in this
fake
story?
Email. No.
Oh, okay.
With
Oh,
the
it was
fake
about me.
That's wild.
I probably will send them in now.
With a
just so you
fake
know.
email.
Yeah, now that you know. No, Pastor Spencer, he was on the podcast, and it was like, we were talking, he's like, honestly, some of these I just can't share on the show and have them tied to my name. And I'm like, just send them in. Say you want to be anonymous.
That's fair.
And we'll take it from there.
Mackenzie Smolin.
It's Mackenzie Mullen.
Oh my God.
You know, okay, if you're listening to this and you're like, dang, I do not want to get called on the show, I have honored everyone that says they want to stay anonymous.
Amen.
So if you put in the email,
He's a better man than me. I would have roasted you.
So if you put in the email that you want to stay anonymous and you email us at ygchronicles@gmail.com, I will honor that. However, if you don't, your first name and maybe your last name might be on this show, depending on the mood I'm in. Today is more of a first name show.
You feeling nice?
I'm feeling nice,
okay?
you know?
All right, cool.
This is from Casey E. Casey said, I was teaching through the book of Genesis with a group of about 7 middle and high school boys when we got to chapter 17. I did the obligatory, if you don't know what circumcision is, then you need to ask your parents. But all the kids assured me they knew what it was. I was like, great, then we could talk about this and why it's in the Bible, etc. But then out of nowhere, one of the students interrupted me, stood up, and loudly declared the fact that he was circumcised.
Well, praise God. You know, he's in the promise.
Don't know why that was decided that it needed to be done.
I'm trying to keep things light.
Oh, okay.
She reminds me
And
too much of
positive.
Dustin.
Well, they did grow together, so.
We did.
Oh, yeah, if you're listening to this is Dustin Coe's sister, right? Yes. I said that right.
Sister. I am.
This is from Hannah B. Hannah said, when I was a student leader, our youth pastor was doing a sermon illustration on faith. He thought the best way to drive home the point was to get a 30-foot ladder, have one of the youth leaders volunteer to climb to the top, and then stand on the part of the ladder where it says, do not stand here. He then used the guy volunteers to stand under the ladder with their arms outstretched to catch this girl in a trust fall to illustrate how we should have blind faith in Jesus. So after she climbed to the top of the ladder, I noticed that all the guys who were meant to catch her just were holding their arms out in front of them, and they weren't interlocked at all. So if she had basically jumped off this ladder, she would have smashed the ground through their hands. So I ran to the stage, I stopped them as the pastor was literally counting down, and had all the guys grab their forearms to give her the best chance of being caught. And thankfully she was, but close call.
Wow. Pastor, what's his name? Pastor who? Pastor Anonymous.
Pastor Anonymous.
If you're listening, you've got to test these things.
How do you test that?
Because, listen, we know that pastors are visionary people. And so when you have something in your head, it never goes the way you think it's going to go.
That's fair.
The first time you do something, it can't be in front of a bunch of people because someone's always going to get hurt. We have a bunch of those stories.
It's the 30-foot ladder for me, to be honest.
Honestly, I am so afraid of heights. So like the whole time the story was building up, my heart was like going crazy. But then I remembered, what is faith if it is not tried?
Wow,
Come on, guys.
that'll preach.
I mean,
guys.
there's faith.
You should
and then
do the
there's
analogy
wisdom,
now. We should bring you to the top of a ladder and just see if we can catch you.
I'm just
Get me on the top
I'm just
of a ladder.
visualizing like a youth pastor going in on his kids, like preaching a fire message,
gotta have
and then
faith.
this little girl is just like, okay.
Yo, okay. I could see a 6-foot ladder, but you know how high?
She fell off.
30.
You know how high?
Did
30.
she do it?
As far as I know, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Why?
She didn't hit the ground because the lady went up and like helped the guys. Actually, she taught them how to catch.
They definitely gave her like a sweet frog gift card or something after that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But 30 feet is that's actually
so high.
dangerously high.
That's like death fall.
Did she sign a waiver?
No, there's
Oh,
no
Lord.
youth group kids don't sign waivers. What are you talking about?
Her big brother like purposefully did not lock his arms.
Let's see here. This is from Asher Smith. He said, the night before camp, my parents agreed to let the entire youth group spend the night at our house since we lived on the church property. All of us boys were messing around, and for some reason, we started pantsing each other. I don't know why.
Wait a minute. All boys?
Yeah, it was all boys. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to pants my friend, who, keep in mind, was about 350 pounds, but I accidentally grabbed both his shorts and his boxers.
Oh.
My friend freaked out and quickly jumped onto an air mattress, but for some reason, the kid sitting on the air mattress stuck out his foot, and his big toe entered my friend's butt as he fell.
That is the wildest thing I've heard
For
yet.
some reason, ew.
That is the wildest thing I've heard yet.
That's. You know what? Should we be laughing? Because that's real trauma.
I'm
In
sure
a
he's
way.
fine.
It was
We're allowed to
very
laugh. It's
traumatic.
okay.
That's trauma in a way. Was someone called?
I don't know.
Did he get a
I
thorough
don't know.
examination to make sure he was okay? I'm serious.
I'm sure that was a thorough.
I'm serious.
I'm sure that was thorough enough.
I'm serious.
Okay.
That's mad sad.
Questions.
What?
Why are you out here just?
I feel like that's
I never said we're about to have fun.
as like
Let's pants each other.
Like as
Like,
as like a 13 or 14-year-old kid, you never did that to your friends.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
definitely
all
did
kind of
it.
sketchy though. Like it's like on someone's personal property, and then a bunch of kids are around, and then
It
someone.
wasn't like it was an adult doing it. It was just a bunch of kids. This was sent in by a kid.
I guess I understand
Like
that then.
a teenager. He said the night before camp, my parents agreed.
That's fair.
He's probably like 13 or 14.
I don't know.
That's fair. You know, this is 2023. You just got to make sure.
You got to make sure these days, right?
Crossing all your T's, dotting all your I's. That poor kid.
Was it consensual?
Can you shut up?
Oh my goodness, dude.
Probably not.
What'd you say?
Wow. He might. You might be inclined to some money. What is it?
Has this
We're
ever
about to
happened
open
to
up
you?
a law firm.
Has this ever happened to you? Call 888-66. You might, but I don't know. I don't remember what they say, but you might be liable, or
You might be liable. You wait. I don't know.
What is the
I
word?
don't remember.
You might be.
You might
Inclined?
receive
No.
inclined to receive generous compensation.
Yes,
Compensation.
Compensation.
Yes.
Wow, there it is. Took us long enough. This is great.
Wait, what's the phone number for that? 1-800. Sorry. God.
1-800 toe butt. There you go.
Got.
1-800 done got.
1-800 got towed.
So inappropriate.
Not appropriate. This is inappropriate. That whole story was inappropriate.
Somebody obviously had to confess it happened at his house, and he was like, "Man, just
This
to
has
get this
been
off
weighing
my
on him
chest.
for a while.
Get this off my chest.
I gotta send it
It
in."
was probably his toe.
Probably.
Let's go.
Probably what somebody's.
This is from Mason P. Mason said, during 2020 and COVID, I had 3 sophomore boys who got the bright idea to take shots of hand sanitizer while I wasn't looking.
That's crazy.
When I found out, I immediately tried to take it away from them, and they proceeded to lock themselves in the bathroom. We didn't have a bathroom key, so in an effort to regain control of the situation, I firmly told them to get out of the bathroom and give me the hand sanitizer. I could hear them on the other side of the door, literally gagging down every shot that they took. When they finally opened the door, their eyes were bloodshot as they continued to cough from ingesting hand sanitizer.
I'm sorry, that's a demon. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
That is self-harm.
It really is.
It's in the book.
That's true.
It is in the good book.
It is in the book.
It's
That
in the
is a,
good book.
that's a
Okay,
demon.
question. Could you get drunk off that?
No, you could die.
You
Yeah.
could
And
like
it
the
is
Tide Pod
alcohol.
challenge
It
is
is
kind of like
alcohol,
what
but
that
it's not.
Can you imagine to be so desperate to drink hand sanitizer
Wild.
that you lock yourself in a bathroom, no matter how nasty?
That's disgusting. I don't even like the smell of it. It's too strong.
I don't
wanna
understand.
talk about
I
this.
did
You
dumb.
don't-
I did like a couple dumb things as teenagers, but like I don't understand that.
This
You
is
didn't do that?
crazy.
No. Did you?
I want to
Why
know.
are
it
you
never,
asking me
it
as
never
if it's
crossed
normal?
my mind. I didn't
I
even know
wanna
that was a
know.
thing that people could do. What's that?
Was this during COVID when they were just giving out hand sanitizer?
Yeah, it was a plethora of it.
They just
Yeah.
wanted to keep their insides COVID
Was
free.
it Purell?
No brand was named.
Was it
Was it the
New
green?
York State?
Was it the green
was it
or
the
the
New York
clear?
State brand?
They were not that specific, but no, people got crazy during 2020, so that's probably
Yeah,
why
man.
they were so bored in their house.
They probably
Also,
were.
Probably
shots.
first time-
You said shots. Was it shot glasses? Because that.
No, I think they were just squeezing it. Like they were just
Oh,
pumping
just
it.
pumping
It
it.
was just
Oh.
I bet they were, or just squeezing it in their
had
mouth.
like like a mental image of like them pouring hand
They
sanitizer
may have just
into
put it
shot
in some kind of
glasses.
cup. Yeah. Either
That's
way,
crazy.
not cool. That's disgusting,
That's
dude.
wild.
That's so
yeah.
bad.
No, that's crazy.
These are crazy youth group stories. This is from Daniel L. Daniel said, "One of my
Daniel.
Isaiah likes to sing everyone's name. If you haven't
Oh,
noticed,
it's L. Daniel L. So Daniel.
all right. This is from Daniel. Daniel said, "One of my craziest youth ministry stories is when I almost had 4 students and an adult chaperone nearly get banned for life at Hershey's Chocolate World. So at this park, they have a little ride/tour of the history of Hershey, and on this said ride, there's a section where you could reach out and grab fake Hershey peanut butter cups from a fake production line. For many years before me, they would always grab one. That year, however, Chocolate World added a new fence over the fake production line, presumably to stop people from doing that. So this year, the leader decided to hold on to the legs of one of the students as she tried to reach over the new fence to grab a peanut butter cup. The whole ride ended up stopping for about 15 minutes. They were then escorted by security to the owner's office and then told that he should ban them for life for this."
Not the owner's office.
Did anyone tell
They
them
said
that
owner,
there are
but maybe it was
real
like a
peanut butter
manager.
cups?
What's that?
Did anyone tell them that there are real peanut butter cups that exist?
They
that
could literally go to a gas
They
station.
didn't have to go that far. They could actually eat them. They are much better.
Christians, we got to get better. What are we doing?
Brothers and sisters in Christ.
My family.
There's even
That's
mega
crazy.
ones. There's even mega ones.
There
And
are.
you're in the
Oh.
Hershey Park.
All right,
You know,
this
are
is going to
some
make
with,
me
like,
sound
pretzels
so
inside.
fat,
Facts.
but I have eaten quite a few of these. Have you ever had a 1 pound Reese cup?
No.
no, but
I have
It
in my
sounds
life
like
eaten
life.
quite a few of those.
it sounds like life.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm a big peanut butter chocolate guy.
Okay, wait,
I
question.
love those,
Do
actually,
you guys
yeah.
like the actual Reese's, like the original ones, or the Easter ones?
Like the egg?
Yes.
The
I like
egg,
them
because it's
both.
more peanut butter.
Right.
And the peanut butter is more salty.
Yeah, there's something about it.
I've never.
So is the 1 pound one like that?
It's not. It literally looks like a big peanut butter cup. That's like the size of a plate.
But it's not like the same consistency and saltiness to sweetness.
Not as the Easter ones. It's more of like the
Dang.
original.
Okay.
But the thing is like 2 inches thick, and it takes you like a week to eat it.
Wow.
It should take you a week to eat it.
How long does it take you to eat?
24 hours? I don't know.
That's wild.
Dang.
That's wild.
It's been a while. I will admit.
My favorite one is the one with pretzels inside.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
Have
never
you ever
that.
had
That
the Reese
sounds good.
cup
Fire.
with it's weird, but potato chips on the inside?
That's new.
That's a thing?
That just
It
came out
is
like
new.
last year.
It
yeah.
really caught me off guard. It was okay. It was kind of weird.
Is the chip still
Worth
crunchy?
trying. Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Bro, last week we were in State College, and we
Oh,
went to
yeah, yeah.
that place.
I don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember. It wasn't
State
worth
College?
it. Yeah, State College, PA.
Like Penn State University.
Oh, Penn State. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard it called State College.
That's the name of the town.
That's the name of the town, State College, PA.
It's called State College?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of the town, and then Penn State University is
Praise God.
in State
Okay.
College.
Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Continue.
Anyway, we were in a restaurant down there, and my friend was like, "Bro, you should eat this cookie and try it with a piece of fry." It
Who said
was
this to you?
great. It was
Who
Buddy. It was great, bro.
It's funny.
Like it was fire. Nah, for real. Buddy he needs his flowers. Buddy, that was a great combination.
I would not have.
For real, if you have the opportunity, try a good cookie with a fry and eat it together. Fire.
You know, I'm not.
Fire.
Well, I think I just lied in my head to myself.
Because you said you
I
like
don't
the
want to.
salt.
I do, but also potato-y.
Fire, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I guess I'll try it.
I wouldn't.
I don't
I would
know.
maybe take the savory with it, but not the potato.
Fire.
Sounds
like
gross.
Pastor Tim tried it. I tried it. Micah
They all
tried
liked it?
Pastor Lucy tried it. We all liked it. It was great.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is another story from Daniel. Daniel said, one of my craziest youth ministry stories was when I had a youth leader decide to play Chinese fire drill in an 8-lane intersection. But when the light
Hang on.
turned
What is
green,
that? Chinese what?
fire drill,
What is that?
it's when you're parked at an intersection, someone gets out of the car and runs a circle around the car and then gets back in while you're parked.
The greatest part about all that
Okay.
is when you all try to do it.
Okay,
I
that's...
can't. I'm sorry.
Where'd those come from?
Oh, I want one now.
Oh, don't do that to poor Mackenzie. We were
you
talking
can eat
about...
them, but I'm strong.
I'm good.
Oh, you doing that carnivore diet thing? Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Praise God.
and here we are talking about Reese cups. I'm in honor of you. I won't
French
even eat
fries
it.
and junk.
I'll eat it
Anyway.
later. But
My,
All right.
friend. Okay.
so
Absolutely.
now you understand. Okay, so you know what the Chinese fire drill
Yes,
is, right?
I get
okay.
it. Yep.
So one of my craziest youth ministry stories was when I had a youth leader decide to play Chinese fire drill in an 8-lane intersection, but when the light turned green, they drove away and accidentally left a girl standing in the intersection.
She's been left behind.
Thankfully, our van behind them was able to pick her up, but
Oh,
that's still
good.
hilarious. I should have left that part out, to be honest.
Yeah,
Sounds
you
better.
should've.
You should have
leaving her
just
in
for
the street.
suspense. I'm like, no.
8 lanes,
back.
no joke though.
Come back.
Yeah, 8 lanes.
Here's a story. A friend of mine growing up, he went to Canada with some of our family, and at the border, there was a long line. So they did the Chinese fire drill, and he jumped out of the car, did it just fine, got back in the car. And then, I don't know how much longer later, maybe 10, 15 minutes, a border agent comes knocking at their window, and he's like, hey, is there a Chris Hamilton in this car?
Dang.
And then he's like, yeah, why? He's like, you dropped your wallet when you got out.
Oh. So someone was just watching him. They were just eyeing him.
I don't
doing it
know.
the whole
Someone
time.
must have reported that he lost his wallet, but that's not the place to lose it.
Dang.
Like, what are the chances?
I thought they just had like eyes on him, like Chris Hamilton
No,
is.
his wallet was laying in the middle of
The amount of
the
fear
United
on
States
that
border.
boy's face
Yeah.
probably was amazing.
Probably
Yes.
crazy.
He probably started crying.
I would have started crying. I would start sweating.
I want
Was
to
it
know who was.
actually- I
I
didn't
want to know
even-
who was driving the van that left that little girl behind, though.
And how?
That's just rude.
Like, I'm like, how do you leave like one person behind?
Hurry up! Hurry up!
But it makes sense if you do what you did or explain, Isaiah, where it's like everybody gets out. I could definitely see it. But if it's one kid, there's no
They did
excuse.
that
Because
on
if it's
purpose.
kids, that means there was an adult driving.
I would hope there's an adult driving the
right.
car.
And if it was an
hope-
adult, I wonder if it was the youth pastor that left a child.
I'm sure.
And if it
It's
was
literally,
if it was him or her,
If the shoe
I'm
fits,
sure it was
which
the
it
youth
does.
it was the youth pastor and his wife is the one driving the van.
Yeah, behind. What the frick you doing?
Probably.
Picks up the kid.
probably
Richard!
Richard.
This is
Pastor
from
Richard.
Bobby. He said, my craziest youth ministry story was when I took our kids tubing at an upscale ski resort, but without me knowing, a couple of the boys stripped down to nothing but their boxers and then got towed up the hill and then tubed down wearing nothing but those boxers.
Do you realize like how many of these stories are about groups of boys?
Boys are just...
I just want to put that out there.
Wild.
Y'all are insane. I don't know how any of you survived.
We
really
are
don't.
a lot dumber,
It
aren't we?
wasn't me.
I really don't.
I did not do
You
that.
did things.
However,
I definitely.
yeah,
First
you're
of all-
welcome to say the things that he did. In
First of all, I've never gone
man.
to a ski resort, and I've never been tubing down like a ski resort. So I would probably.
you've never been tubing? It's actually pretty fun.
No, we all did go sledding up on a hill at like 1 a.m. Do you remember that?
I do,
I was
and
miserable.
I was fully clothed.
I was gonna say if you do go.
I definitely did not. I did not do anything such.
That's true.
I was gonna say if you do
It's
end
true.
up going to a ski resort, I would recommend doing it with your clothes on. It is pretty fun when you're.
I would
bundled
rather
up
not
properly.
get frostbite.
Yeah,
Those
that's
things gotta
true.
be slippery too, with like all the snow melting on people, and then you're just sitting there. You could slip out and die.
Yeah,
you could just die.
Yep, freeze to death. Right
Somebody
there.
needs to tell these little boys that they could die, all of them.
I don't think that's what they were telling them,
Okay.
but
No,
Okay,
the
I don't-
the
I
big
don't
toe
think
the
death-
big toe incident.
I don't think death would be
the big toe.
big
You're
toe
still on
incident.
that.
would be scary.
He needs help.
That was okay. That was a wild. That was
My
the-
heart is yearning for that.
Yeah, I've never heard a story like that before.
No, that was
yeah,
pretty
that was
crazy.
wild.
The big toe boy, the hand sanitizer. And
Yeah,
now y'all are
these
trying
have
to get
been some wild
frostbitten.
stories. First of all,
Yeah, some of these
Teenage
are a bit
boys
crazy.
are lost,
wow.
and these youth pastors have to guide them.
Come on,
I'm saying,
Mackenzie,
Come
now
on,
you're
sis.
preaching right now.
you're held liable.
you are actually.
We need our
you
men
signed
back,
that contract.
okay?
You are definitely
Before
held
God.
liable.
God, you know what? God's gonna put that little boy with the big toe up on a screen,
That 4K television
and
when you get to heaven.
whosever parents it was that let that stuff go
That's
down,
facts.
they're gonna
That's
be
facts.
sitting there in judgment, and Jesus is gonna be like,
Hey, remember when you had all those kids over your house for a sleepover?
"Explain yourself."
This is what happened.
You remember when little Jimmy? You know.
You don't remember what I remember.
If you have stories that this is sparking your memory and you want to send it to the show,
Crazy.
ygchronicles@gmail.com. We would love to feature them on the podcast. Let's see here. I have a couple more stories for this episode. This is from Earl. He said, one time I sent an email to the parents reminding them to get their kids to youth group to try out our new Gag Ball event. I was informed by a volunteer the next day that I accidentally wrote to all the parents and said, Gag Ball. I'll just leave it right there.
Must have been. Must have been a real breathtaking game.
Isaiah.
I'm done with the lunacy. I'm done. There are apps. There's apps that correct.
Grammarly, like what?
There's apps. A little proofread.
Literally.
Now you got all these parents.
I'm sure that man said, "Send."
What was the original name?
Gag Ball.
Gaga Ball?
You ever heard of Gag Ball?
No.
That's like the most popular youth group game I would say
No,
right
No, it's
now.
not. It's dodgeball.
Oh, dodgeball's up there.
I would have.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
have to agree.
Gag
with
Ball's pretty huge, though. All right, we will do one more story. This is from Garrett. Garrett said, one night at youth group, I was trying out a fake nose ring because I wanted to see if I liked it. The students were playing dodgeball, but one kid decided to grab a basketball and play dodgeball with that as well. Long story short, the fake nose ring was no longer fake after that game of dodgeball.
Oh no.
That actually sucks.
Dang.
That had to hurt bad. Not only did you get hit in the face with a basketball, you just got your nose pierced.
That's awful. You know what? I commend him though. It takes a lot of inner strength for a man to try out a fake nose ring to see if he likes it, and then to show it in front of a bunch of kids like they're not going to roast you behind your back.
I don't think they knew. You know what I mean? Because
He was trying it
you
out.
can't tell.
I'm not saying that they would roast him for it being fake. I'm just saying for having a nose ring. Period.
So with a fake nose ring,
I
can
want
it?
one.
Let's say you have it. Can it puncture if you get hit in the face?
Yeah.
I've never seen. Okay, so that definitely happened then.
I don't know.
I didn't really know, but I
mean, it
figured. I
probably
was guessing
clamps.
that's
It
what happened.
probably clamps.
Oh, okay.
So if like you get hit
Kinda like the
hard
fake
enough,
earrings?
it can just like clip. Yeah.
Gonna
That
have
actually
to
sounds
like it
horrible.
now.
All right, guys, we will wrap up this episode. If you haven't yet, check out TikTok where we post clips of the show, the highlights, and then on Instagram at
Or
YG
follow
Chronicles.
me officially Isaiah S on TikTok too.
Yo, you're growing your audience. I will
man.
say.
I'm
Yeah,
trying my best.
he's trying his best.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. Isaiah Mackenzie, thanks for being here in the studio, and we'll see all of you next week.